Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Beardzone Podcast. I'm one of the hosts. My name is David. You know these two guys, Scooter, Carlos. How we doing today, fellas?
Man, I'm so ready for this. I'm ready to get them all. Let's do that.
1 week away, man. I'm ready. Mock drafts are going crazy everywhere, and we're going to do excited.
Yes, exactly. The mock drafts are going absolutely wild. Trades are happening in these make-believe worlds right now, but we're about to bring you the most accurate mock draft tonight, and it's going to be a lot of fun. We're excited for it. Hey, if y'all are excited for the draft and y'all are a Beardzone fan and you guys want to do something for that night, check us out on YouTube. We're going to be there live for the whole first round. Maybe not whole first, depending on how late it goes, but for the majority of the first round, and it should be a lot of fun. We'll be getting live, just raw reactions to all the chaos that should be night one of the draft. So, but without further ado, fellas, this is the official mock draft. So, just to kind of get you to get our audience, just to kind of let them know what this is going to look like tonight in this episode or today in this episode, is we all got assigned teams. The three of us got assigned teams. We did not share notes. We were the GM of that team, right? We took on and we put on the suit and we put on the brain and the headspace of that GM of said team at that pick. And so what we're going to do is we're just going to kind of go. Each pick that we have, it's the other two don't know what that pick is going to be. So if we take someone that was on their board, hey, that's what happens in the draft. So it should be a lot of fun. But without further ado, you guys see the mock draft up here. I had the number one overall pick, and I think it was just right for me to take this guy, because of everything that I said with him, so I know I got a lot of hate. But without further ado, Chicago Bears, you are on the clock, and I am going to take none other than quarterback Caleb Williams from USC. Chicago Bears have their quarterback of the future, and now Scooter, Washington Commanders, you are on the clock.
Dude, I thought you misclicked on Marvin Harrison Jr. for a second. That'd have been wild. And the entire internet would be like, Dave has ruined it again. No. Oh, God. No, but I had to rep my son wanted me to wear his Pokemon hat, so, here you go. I got to catch them all, or pick them all, I guess, right? Dude, the Commanders, they need a quarterback. I mean, Howell is a good dude, but I don't think they had the guys around him to really make him thrive. I still think they need offensive line, tight end. I mean, Brock Bowers does seem pretty good. However, on my little horribly written list here, with the second pick, the Commanders select quarterback Jaden Daniels from LSU.
Oh, we're going quarterback Jaden Daniels, LSU.
I think he's a good pick for them.
Who was it the other day? Peter Schrager said, hey, Commanders fans, get your Jaden Daniels jerseys. I think we all see this on the wall. Now that brings us to New England Patriots. Carlos, you are on the clock, my friend.
The loser of the top three quarterbacks here. This guy. Man, I hope he's probably wishing that we had the old contracts for rookies where they could make $80 million right off the gate. But new face of Bradford. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
New face of the New England franchise. They have to get a quarterback. You can't win in the NFL without a great quarterback. So they are going to go with North Carolina's own Drake May.
Drake May,
gets fired in 30 seconds.
Welcome to New England. That brings it back to me, the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I will say this. The Arizona Cardinals might trade this pick away. We could very well see this trade getting shifted to another team. But we're going to keep it just raw. We're going to go straight down the list. And so with the fourth pick with the Arizona Cardinals, hey, they paid Murray. They got Murray. But they've been losing some offensive play. He probably is playing Call of Duty as we speak. But we've seen maybe Malik Neighbors, maybe, but they're going to go ahead and they are going to select the number one player in this year's draft, and that's going to be Marvin Harrison Jr. Welcome to the Arizona Cardinals. And hope you have the newest Call of Duty, because your quarterback is going to want to, get that bonding going. So, but Marvin Harrison Jr., I think he's going to be a great weapon for the Arizona Cardinals. And if I'm Cardinals fans, I'm excited.
So,
Scooter,
yeah,
you are now
I'm back
with the
on.
Chargers.
So the Chargers, they need a lot. They really do. And honestly, I think it's more on the offense. Defense, I think they recuperated this offseason. Running back and wide receivers, pretty tight. It's Jim Harbaugh. I think he might go with Blake Corum. However, how do you pass on a guy like Jonathan Brooks from Texas? And that's who the Chargers are going to take for their 5th overall pick.
What?
Yes. Jonathan Brooks from Texas. They need
Jonathan
They need it.
Are you joking?
No.
Do I need to click this right now?
Yes, click it right now. Jonathan Brooks.
Jonathan Brooks to the Chargers with the number 5 overall pick.
Yes.
I gotta look that up. Let us know in the comments below. Is that the highest running back that's ever been drafted?
No.
At number 5?
I don't think so. Maybe.
That's
Are we
definitely
sure?
out of left field.
I think he's the total package that Jim Harbaugh can absolutely go after and help Justin Herbert actually get beyond the line of scrimmage. So
He's not a bad pick. He's definitely not a bad
I'm not mad at it, but I was thinking maybe round 2.
Okay.
I was
All right.
thinking maybe round 2. Hey, but I like the enthusiasm, man. You're confident in apparently the wide receivers that you still have, I guess. But Mr. Carlos.
Scooter's got it right now. Get on those betting sites, lock in your pick, place a bet. Jonathan Brooks, pick number 5. $2 will win you $10,000. You got it.
Heck yeah, I might do that tonight.
Dude, get on the sports books now.
Oh, cheers, Ray.
Carlos, New York Giants GM.
No, don't be stealing
friend.
my pick.
That's Scooter.
What do you mean?
I'm
that's Scooter.
Yeah, that's Scooter.
Well, he just threw me off, man. He got me off of my game.
All right.
Now we know why he picked Jonathan Brooks, because he wants the Giants to get something.
No, dude, you want to talk about another team who needs to stop the bleeding is the Giants. Oh, man, they need a defensive tackle and a running back. I know it says QB. I think Daniel Jones and Drew Lock are going to be okay for this season. They need some form of consistency at the helm, right? That's how teams actually win.
Take your pick.
Man, defensive tackle.
Oh.
Or running back.
If you select another running back, dude.
I would say throw the scroller to defensive tackle. I gotta get this. I gotta make sure my notes are matching on my reality here.
I think this is
So
a pick that gets traded too. I don't. For some reason, I don't think the Giants end up at this pick.
Let's go back-to-back Texas. Let's go. Byron Murphy going to the Giants.
Murphy to the Giants.
Back-to-back Texas picks.
Oh, my gosh. All right. Carlos, with the Tennessee Titans in an already crazy draft right now, who do you pick? You have the names like Malik Neighbors still on the board.
You know what the Titans are doing right now? They're at their draft room right now, and like what the moment they're scrambling right now because I can tell you now that phone is ringing off the hook.
But for trades,
for trades, gonna go one thing. They got the young guy Will Levis. They got the receivers in D Hop and Ridley. They got a running back, new coach, so that run first offense is probably going to go away a little bit, and Callahan will open it up. But they got to protect the young guy. So we're going to stick with the safe pick here. Go Joe Alt, protect this guy's blind side, give him a shot here, get the ball to his playmakers.
Joe
Good
Alt
pick.
to
Good
the Tennessee
pick.
Titans. Solid pick. Now we're getting back on track. I'm the GM of the Atlanta Falcons, and as a Tampa fan, I want to draft a kicker right now. We really want to, we don't want to see success in Atlanta, but they got a good young team. I think that they can really thrive. They ended up securing their quarterback, obviously, with Kirk Cousins. They paid him, pretty much half the team's revenue. So now, what do they need? What do the Atlanta Falcons need? They got a great secondary. They got a great offensive line. Their offensive weapons are pretty solid, right? But they need a guy off the edge. They need to get to the quarterback. And there's first of all, there's a lot of talent, right? There is a lot of talent. Now, I've been seeing a lot of Dallas Turner from Alabama going to the Atlanta Falcons. I have been seeing that a lot. But I don't think that they move away from the number one edge rusher in this year's draft. So I'm going to go with the gentleman from UCLA, Latu. I don't know how to pronounce that last name. Latu. Welcome to Atlanta, my friend. Best edge rusher, in my opinion, in this year's draft class. Atlanta got their guy to get after the quarterback. Watch out for Atlanta this year. Chicago, Carlos.
Wow,
it goes
guys.
back to you.
This draft is
good pick, Joe. Good pick.
This is very interesting for the Bears. They have a chance. They had a decent wide receiving crew, and then they had Keenan Allen. They have a chance right now to possibly have the top 3 wide receivers in the NFL. Like, this receiving core could go crazy right now. Man, this is definitely a tough one. But if they want to win, they got what they need, and Montez Sweat needs some help. So I think they're going to stay on the defensive side of the ball, even though this is going. You already passed up on the SEC Defensive Player of the Year. Like, come on, man. That's a tough one. So I think they're going to go Dallas Turner here.
Dallas.
Give him a little
Turner.
help on the defense side to get to the quarterback.
Scooter, how the heck are you going to say what when you took Jonathan Brooks number 5?
He's messing up my draft right now, man.
You messed up everyone's draft right now. You know what? Be prepared. I was the one who got all the hate last week in the comments. But so at the number 10 spot, the New York Jets. Scooter, you're on the clock, my friend. You still got some serious talent here now. You got Malik Neighbors. Why the heck is he still on the board? You got Roma Dunze. Why the heck is he still on the board? You got Brock Bowers. Who do you pick?
So, man. So they definitely need offensive line. If anyone watched the Jets play this past year, they need offensive line to protect the quarterback. Outside of Aaron Rodgers dying, basically, in the wide receiver.
Who do you take?
Yeah, my notes.
Do these stud wide receivers continue to fall? Do they continue to slip down into the draft and we continue to ponder what in the world is going on? Roger Goodell is eating his peanut M&Ms right now like no tomorrow because he was not prepared for this.
No. However, I think the Jets stick with offense because they're just driving with this Aaron Rodgers Kool-Aid, right? And give me Malik Neighbors from LSU.
Malik Neighbors, another weapon for Aaron Rodgers. What a steal for the Jets there at the 10 spot. Now, Roma Dunze has fallen, and the Minnesota Vikings, Mr. Carlos, you are now on the clock.
Oof.
Wow. I hope.
Do you believe in Sam Darnold? Do you get Roma Dunze and partner him up with Justin Jefferson?
No, they have
but
their.
You still got Sam Darnold.
They got Addison. They just got Trent Sherfield. They got Hawkinson. Man, they got a lot. But if this were to fall this way, I think Dunze is just he could be too much pass up. But they're going to pass him up. I don't think it's the right spot for them. and that quarterback's not there that they probably would have wanted. But I think at this point, they're going to do it. They're going to pull the trigger on the backup, and I'm going to go with the old guy here, Bo Nix. I think they bring in Bo.
Bo Nix
I think
to the Minnesota Vikings.
I think he's going
And
to
Sean Payton is absolutely putting the bounty on the Minnesota Vikings this year because they stole what he wanted. Now, the Denver Broncos are on the clock. And I'm going to tell you this right now.
Wow.
The Bo Nix, man, really, really messed me up because I was ready to take Bo Nix. But I'm Sean Payton. I'm in the war room. Bo Nix, our quarterback of the future, just got drafted right before our eyes. Now, Michael Penix Jr. is still there. J.J. McCarthy is still there. Do I want a Michigan guy? But I'm Sean Payton, and I'm thinking, and I'm looking, and I don't have a good quarterback. I mean, do I trust Jason? I just lost. I just lost Jerry Jeudy.
Maybe he likes those Big Ten quarterbacks. That's where Drew Brees is from, Purdue.
I know. Oh, man. Who do I take? All right. Oh, man. Dude, Spencer Rattler, bro? No.
I mean, if you're realistic,
who do I take?
Who do I take? You want someone who has got solid play action.
I'm getting in the mind of Sean Payton, and I know the quarterback. I know I have an opportunity to get a quarterback right now. I want Brock Bowers because I'm Sean Payton and I like the tight end position and I can use him. I can see him as like a Taysom Hill kind of guy. Not necessarily because Brock Bowers, I don't know how well he can throw the ball. But I don't think that Sean Payton and the Denver Broncos are going to sit here and see J.J. McCarthy, quarterback from Michigan, still on the board at pick number 12. Pick number 12. It just fell to him. Russell Wilson finally blessed the Denver Broncos. J.J. McCarthy, welcome to Denver, my friend. Now, I have the special privilege of having back-to-back picks because now I have the Las Vegas Raiders. And, man, the Raiders, there's a lot of question with their quarterbacks right now, right? Do they go quarterback? Do they go offensive line? They could probably hem up that offensive line. Do I go defense? Do I pair up? Do I continue to just build that defense that we were already building in the free agency? My head coach, he's a defensive guy.
I mean,
do I do that?
More running back or offensive line, man.
No, I don't do that because I see a lefty from Washington sitting there, and I know that he's going to be NFL ready. So I'm going to solidify the quarterback of the future and Michael Penix Jr. Welcome to the Oakland Raiders, my friend.
Man.
I love everything about this draft. And now, Scooter, the New Orleans Saints, you're the GM. Draft the kicker.
I just say the Saints need a quarterback. Derek Carr is fantastic. I'm saying
that for Dunze to come off the board.
Dude,
Michael Thomas has been absolute trash since he came back from that injury.
I will say this: if this actually happens on Thursday, I promise you, someone's trading up.
I don't have. These are crappy notes now. I'm going to throw that out there. Thanks to you guys and my chaos. So, and yes, this is all in crayon. So,
it's the Pokemon hat.
Hey, it does not. Oh, man, I didn't write anything down for wide receiver, and we got Rome Odunze.
They only have one good, really wide receiver on there.
But they need an edge guy too. Oh man.
Who do you have? You got some really good offensive line. You got Jared Verse still here. But I mean, Rome
as a Bucs fan, if Jared Verse goes to the Saints, I'm gonna throw up during. You know what? Give me a Dunze. They need to fit it. They need to.
New Orleans Saints gets the steal of the first round with Rome Odunze. As a Tampa fan, you hate to see it.
Him and Olave paired up. Oof, that's a tough 1-2 right there.
That's a nightmare and a half for any defensive coordinator in the NFL. But Mr. Carlos, with the Indianapolis Colts, you are now on the clock. Brock Bowers is on the board. Cooper DeJean is on the board.
This is where I had Cooper going the whole
Dude, if
time.
you don't, I'm taking him.
But they need a tight end. They don't have an elite tight end. They got Will Mallory up there from the University of Miami. They got Ole Cox up there. Like, they don't have that tight end.
Yeah.
My only worry is, can AR-15 get the ball to that tight end? But they're gonna go Brock Bowers here. Got to give the guy another weapon.
Brock
Something
Bowers,
give him a safety
to
valve.
the Indianapolis Colts. What is this draft? We are getting absolutely destroyed in the comments on this draft right now.
We're gonna get roasted.
And it's all thanks to Scooter for drafting Jonathan Brooks at number 5, bro. What are we doing, man? I cannot even take. But I got the Seattle Seahawks next. The Seattle Seahawks, they're on the board. Look, there's been a lot of question and speculation on where they're going to go. Are they going to go defensive line? Are they going to go offensive line? Are they going to try and maybe get like a backup to sit behind Geno Smith? Or are they going to try and get, where are they going to go? And I think there's a lot of nice looking names up here on this board right now because of everything that has gone down. But I think we're going to go and we're going to get the guard that we need, or at least get a tackle that can move to guard. And that's going to be Troy Fautanu from Washington. I'm securing the offensive line. I'm going to continue to give great blockers for Walker and Geno Smith to maybe try and find, a little bit more protection and a little bit more holes in that offensive line to go through. They got great weapons. They're starting to build that defensive side a little bit in the secondary. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to get a safe pick with the offensive line here and go with Troy. Jacksonville. Scooter.
Man.
Dude.
Man, that was such a good pick. Give me some offensive line. Give me some interior dudes. Can you throw some interior guys up there?
Yeah,
kind of threw me off with that
man.
one. I had him lined up.
Graham Barton, he's a good one out of Duke. He's he can play guard.
Not even questioning it. Jackson Powers Johnson from Oregon. Let's go.
All right.
Yes, let's go.
Okay.
They need
there
it.
We go.
Not even a hesitation. Now the Cincinnati Bengals, which is your pick against Scooter.
Bro,
who do we got?
Let's go. Bengals absolutely need some help in the wide receiver department. On top of that, I would argue that they need more O-line. I'm just going to say that.
I think Joe Burrow would argument that as well.
Oh, yeah, getting ripped, right? And these guys hit up the tackles real quick.
Man, you got some serious tackles right here, man. You got Alu Fashanu.
Yeah, Fashanu. Now, hit up the tackles. Can you do the drop down for tackles real quick? There's a couple guys that I was watching some tape over the past few days, and we talked about them, but we didn't talk about Amarius Mims, right? I just want to say that Mims is probably going to be a good steal for a later pick in the later round. I'm not going to take him right now, but give me some of those beavers. Give me Fauga. The big Samoan.
All right.
Big footwork.
Back-to-back Oregon guys. I mean, Oregon State, Oregon, I know that they're different colleges, but hey, sail from the same state, man. I'm loving it right now. Carlos,
dude,
Rams. Dude, this is a good pick. This is an interesting pick.
It is, because they've got a chance to fill Aaron Donald here, but they really need an offensive tackle. They have Haverstein on one side, but that other side is not doing so well. So the smart move is you got Stafford. He is aging. Got to keep this guy upright. So it's definitely a tough one because there's some good defensive tackles that we haven't even touched on right now. But we're going to take the big fella from Penn State, If anybody can pronounce that first name,
Alu and then Fashanu.
Fashanu. Big guy. He can.
Fashanu. I love everything about that. Now, Pittsburgh Steelers, this is my team. I'm Mike Tomlin. I'm looking at my team. I got Russell Wilson. I got Justin Fields, right? I got Najee Harris, okay? I just got, I have, George Pickens.
7-9.
Do I want a wide receiver again? I don't know, man. I don't know, because I'm seeing Cooper DeJean, and he's falling to me.
I don't
Black
know.
And yellow, baby. Black and yellow.
Does that seem like a Tomlin guy?
No, he doesn't. Not at all. Kool-Aid McKinstry seems more like a Tomlin guy, but there is a wide receiver that is still on the board, and I think that Mike Tomlin wants this guy. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna take. I know I see Adonai Mitchell up there. I get it. He's good. He's linky. He's the big target. But I'm going to go with Brian Thompson Jr. to the Pittsburgh Steelers to get another wide receiver for that quarterback room now that they are now trying to build with Russell Wilson's and obviously with Justin Fields to probably take over in the next couple of years.
Yeah, it's a good pick. Especially they lost Deontay Johnson. It's a good pick for them.
Yeah.
And Thomas is he's definitely faster than Deontay. Deontay was more of that safety valve guy. So, but
your
Dolphins, the Miami Dolphins, the one I've been waiting on. It's taken so long to get to this pick, man. I don't know, and the problem is,
let it go.
They need help on that O line. As much as I would love them to go a different direction, that O line I think is preventing them for getting a Super Bowl. They've got two good defensive tackles, but they got an aging one too. So I'm kind of looking for that guy that can play some guard, maybe step out to the tackle position. I'm going to go with Graham Barton from Duke. Got to be smart because he went to Duke. He can play guard. He's been playing tackle.
Okay.
So I'm going to go with my man Graham here and pray to God that he keeps Tua upright.
I like it. I like Graham Barton. Actually, he's been on a couple of mock drafts that I've seen Tampa taking him. So I've been kind of trying to study a little bit more about him. He's solid, man, and he's versatile. So he can definitely shift to the outside of the line if you need him to. So, all right, Philadelphia Eagles. Fly, Eagles, fly.
No
way.
On the road to first round elimination.
I don't know how to do this one. They say they need a wide receiver. I don't think so. They say they need a linebacker. I'd say it's more of
I don't know why they need a wide receiver when they have A.J. Brown.
I don't know, man. I would say...
And they just paid Smith.
Right? So that's probably delayed. So linebacker and DB for sure. I think the linebacker is like their edge guy because of how they play defense.
Hear me out with this pick. This to me is an obvious pick. We've all seen Vince Papale from Invincible, the guy who they pull off the streets that comes and plays corner, special teams.
Dude.
And you got Cooper DeJean right there, the modern Vince Papale, and they need some corner help.
So I think Carlos and I are on the same mental wavelength, and it only took us 22 picks to get here. So let's go stick with the birds. Iowa, Cooper DeJean goes to the Eagles.
Cooper DeJean, the first white NFL cornerback to be taken in the first round. Welcome to Philadelphia, the brotherly love city.
Who knows if it works, but whatever. Let's go.
If that would happen, they would love that guy. This guy, his jersey sales would go through the roof. Oh my God.
I think that would be a perfect fit. And if you really kind of like sit back and like close your eyes and just think about him, he looks good in the green. Like I like what he looks like. Now, Carlos, you have back-to-back picks here.
Tight end or as a Bucks fan, I don't know how you say that.
Well, I guess Carlos didn't have back-to-back picks, but he kind of took the role, right? He kind of kicked you out of the driver's seat there, Scooter. But
Yeah.
Minnesota's on the
I
clock.
was just
Carlos, who
trying
do
to
you
get
have?
some great movie reference in.
He was pulling it. He was just
You
fishing
know,
it
just
out.
seeing if we get a little bite out there.
What we got? What we got for the Vikings?
Well, you got a new quarterback now with Bo Nix. They've got Darashaw on one side at tackle. They could use a little bit of O-line help. They could use a little D-line help too. And there's Jazarn Newton out there who is yeah, they've got some good ones.
Defensive.
Gotta stay local, right? That northern blood right there.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with him. They need that D-line help. They got to be able to play some defense. Get to the
Newton from Illinois.
Newton from Illinois is real guys.
Newton
Twitchy
from Illinois. All right. I like that pick because that can be the replacement for Hunter. I'm not saying that he's going to be at that caliber now, Grant, and I think Hunter was more of the edge guy.
He was,
so I mean, but still, hey, try and patch up the defensive line a little bit, right? You got your quarterback, right? With Bo Nix, dude, I still can't get over that. But
Dallas needs a quarterback. Let's go. Let's get someone in the first round again.
Dak Prescott's you know what? I'm bringing the Texas guy back home. No, I'm just kidding.
We're all going.
So I'm trying to think. Okay, Jerry Jones. What is Jerry Jones like? Okay, Jerry Jones likes. What do they need? They need running backs, right? Obviously, running backs. Actually, I was thinking maybe do the surprise pick with Jonathan Brooks here, but you stole my thunder on that freaking pick 5, dude. So.
You got Trey Benson.
I don't see them doing that. I know that this says that they need wide receivers. I can kind of see that. Get a little bit of help for CD. Get some more weapons for Dak. But if I'm Jerry Jones, he has continued to make this team, the Dallas Cowboys, they continue to build around the trenches. And he loves himself some good offensive linemen. And there is one offensive lineman that I still cannot believe is on this board. And I think he's going to be the replacement for the tackle that they just lost to the Washington Commanders. So J.C. Latham, welcome to Dallas.
Son of a...
Dude.
If we go through this, imagine being in real war rooms and hearing that your pick is taken, and you're just...
No kidding.
I guess piss would be the best word here at this point.
Yeah. Pissed off, annoyed, frustrated.
Just rage, dude.
Absolute carnage.
Well,
dude, the Packers.
I get the honor of the Packers, one of the most boring drafting teams of all time. But
do they get a wide receiver?
No, I think that young core there with Dobbs and Watson are good.
They probably need.
They did lose a big Bakatari is gone now.
Bakatari,
yeah, he's gone, and their defensive line's pretty good, so I think they're going to stay at tackle and help Jordan Love out here. So Mims, I think from Georgia is going to be their pick, and keep Jordan Love. Give him a little extra time to hit Watson and Dobbs there.
Now, that's a good Scooter. Dude. I'm telling you, he's good. You got to watch some tape.
He is.
All right.
He is definitely really good. Scooter, you had the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now listen to me. Look at who's on the board still. Look at who is on the board still. It's your pick.
You're not in the Tampa Bay war room.
They're still up.
Dude, man. What is that right there, bro?
Tampa Bay, baby.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They have some holes, right? They lost Carlton Davis to the Detroit Lions, but then they bring in Bryce Hall from the New York Jets. They got Jordan Whitehead back in the safety room with Antoine Winfield. That's going to be great.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm thinking they need running back help, man. Can White do it? Like, I mean,
he gets another running back right now.
At the end of the season, he kept losing time. And you got you a.
I like Lassiter and McKinstry. I don't know. I think we still have to get with. Let's see those running backs one last time.
I'm gonna lose it on you, Scooter. What are we doing, bro? There's no
Would
reason
you not like
to.
Blake McCorum in there? Blake Corum?
I think
I
knew
would
who
rather
he
have Trey
wants.
Benson.
There you go. I just had to bait you into saying it.
Trey Benson?
You want
Keep
another
'em local.
Florida State
Keep 'em
running
local.
back? Sammy Smith wasn't enough for you guys?
Man. Wait, am I clicking this again?
How much time
No,
I got left?
okay.
How much time I got left? I gotta bait you for this pick, bro.
5 seconds.
Oh,
5 seconds.
yeah.
Give me
Dude,
some
you're on the
defense.
clock,
Give me
bro.
some Kool-Aid. Let's do this.
Kool-Aid.
Yes.
Kool-Aid McKinstry to Tampa.
Yes.
I'm drinking that Kool-Aid all day, my friend. I love that pick.
Dude, we need some
Absolutely
defense.
love that pick. Arizona Cardinals. Now you're back on the clock. You are back on the clock. And surprising enough, Roma Dunze still isn't here, right? So, who do we go with, man?
I think with Arizona, when you get this far in the draft and you have holes, you just take the best player available that can impact you. And they're just going to beef up that defensive line with Jared Verse.
Bro.
And, I mean, right now, I think he's the best player left on this board. So Cardinals are going to add to that defensive line. FSU guys going to be going west.
All right.
All right, so now the Buffalo Bills. There's only one position that I'm going to look at right now, and that's going to be the wide receivers. Now, Adonai Mitchell, I've been seeing a lot of Adonai Mitchell to the Buffalo Bills, and I think that it makes a lot of sense. But I feel like that there is one wide receiver that would fit the Buffalo Bills system perfectly, and I feel like he's getting overlooked, right, because of how much talent is in this wide receiver. But I think that the Buffalo Bills are going to pick Ladd McConkey from Georgia, wide receiver to the Buffalo Bills. I think that he's a great weapon for Josh Allen. I think that they can really get some good chemistry going with that. So that, and I love it because y'all are writing down something. That means I just took one of y'all's picks, and I absolutely love it. Now the Detroit Lions. Oh, look at this, dude.
They would have went with a
Why
bigger
in
guy.
the hell he took Ladd McConkey?
Dude, what is going on right now?
What are you talking about, man?
So
He's a good wide receiver.
Really, if you look at some of the best years that Josh Allen had, is when he had Cole Beasley. And McConkey's kind of a Beasley-ish type guy. So,
but yeah.
Could have used probably somebody to go down the field a little faster, but.
Well, I mean, in time. All right, now.
Hey, the guy did run a 4.3, so 4.39 is pretty.
I don't know.
Pretty fast.
Skipped
so
on
he's good.
He did.
All right, he skipped on Xavier Worthy for speed, but okay.
Detroit Lions. Now, I would be looking at a cornerback here, but the thing about it is that they just traded for Carlton Davis, right?
So they
got Carlton Davis. I mean, fair enough. But
Sleepy Eye Davis.
Let me tell you something right now. There's one guy that is on this board right now.
Dude, you're scrolling hard right now.
There's one guy. Get out of here, bro. Jonathan Brooks wasn't even when you took him at 5. I'm Dan Campbell. I like to bite off kneecaps, and I like to get after the quarterback. I got Aiden Hutchinson, but I want another guy. I want another guy to just continue to put the pressure on the quarterback. If you look at the division, we got a lot of young quarterbacks in the division, right? Especially now with Caleb Williams to the Chicago Bears, right? So
if I guess this,
they want to get after.
The
quarterback. What's the guess?
I think you're going Chop.
Still on.
I'm going Chop Robinson to the Detroit Lions because he's going to be chopping some kneecaps just like Dan Campbell wants him to. Welcome to Detroit, Chop Robinson, and it leaves Baltimore Ravens with the 30th pick. We are 2 picks away from ending this mock draft, fellas.
I mean,
Baltimore
dude,
Ravens.
the Ravens need actually quite a decent help in depth, and they don't really seem to have a strong wide receiver core outside of Zay Flowers. And if you're a Baltimore fan, and you can correct me on that, dude, I'll eat those comments all day. You still
Be
need
careful what you wish for.
dude. I got some tough skin, trust me.
Who we
Actually,
got?
throw up the wide receivers real quick. Because I'm leaning more offense than defense. Oh man,
Donnie Mitchell, Troy Franklin. You were high on Troy Franklin in our wide receiver, top wide receiver.
but I don't think he has the size for that division to thrive. And I'm leaning more towards Keon Coleman for a bigger guy to throw to. He's got the size, he's got the good hands.
10 seconds, sir.
Let's go. FSU. Keon Coleman. I think
Keon Coleman to the Baltimore Ravens. I actually kind of like that pick. I could actually see that happening.
I think he has the right size and hands in that Lamar will need to get down the field just in case he's got to do a jump ball.
Yeah. Carlos, your last pick of the first round, the San Francisco 49ers, the team that has drafted Mr. Irrelevant and has taken him to superstardom. What more could this team need?
Well, they did lose some players in the off season, so they're gonna need they're all about their defense. So they lost some guys in the back there. So I'm gonna go corner because one hasn't been taken. So as much as I like Mitchell from Toledo, I got to go with the guy that's Nick Saban coached, with Teron Arnold. I'm going to stick with the SEC guy. I think he's going to fit into that toughness that the 49ers have. And, I'm going to go with him, and I think he's going to fit in nicely there.
I could have sworn you would have went with Lassiter for the size comparison for 49ers, but okay. Good pick, though. Good pick.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Now, Kansas City Chiefs, what more does the back-to-back Super Bowl champions need, right? Well, they just lost Snead to the Tennessee Titans, right? That's a big hole. That was really good. I still credit the win over Baltimore in the playoffs to Snead. I think that play completely turned that entire game around when he punched out the ball of who was it? Brown? Marquise Brown, right? Was it Brown that was running the ball?
Keep going.
Who was the wide receiver?
The only thing I remember from that game was the lack of pass interference from Snead. The lack of calls. But yeah, keep going. Keep going. Dude,
So did corner. Do they go corner?
They have good.
A lot of people have been saying
they need a wide receiver.
They might go wide receiver. A lot of people have been saying that they might go wide receiver. Xavier Worthy has been tossed around because, the speed and Tyreek Hill and Patrick Mahomes and how much fun would that be and everything.
Donnie Mitchell there.
Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce is the safety net, right? Travis Kelce, he's a big guy. He's a safety net. There's one wide receiver that we haven't talked about once. And there he's going to help the Kansas City Chiefs take their team to the third Super Bowl win.
I think Jermaine Burton or Worthy would probably be a good fit.
In hopes. Worthy is fast, man. Burton, absolutely fantastic. But there's one guy who got overlooked in Washington because of Rome Odunze. I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to kind of surprise some people, and they are going to take Jalen Polk, wide receiver, Washington.
Wow.
Not bad.
A Donnie Mitchell speedster, Tyreek Hillish without the bulk. Wow. It's bold.
How well did we do?
Well, we did well after pick 6. It took off.
Absolutely. This is the most ridiculous draft class that I have ever seen, but I absolutely love it.
What's the actual grade? I'm curious.
I don't know. Do they give us a grade?
Yeah, they should
It
give
said
you a
grade
grade.
your draft. I thought it said,
Help improve your draft grade. Oh.
oh, no.
Oh, no. Help. That's
No, we
improve
don't
the
want to
draft
improve it. We
grade.
want it to be authentic.
That's
Full
gonna be
resort.
I think it's solid A.
Huh.
Like those picks. The Chargers do need a running back. But they could
The
use a wide
Chargers do need a
receiver
running back,
too.
but taking him at 5, this is something that is gonna right there. Roma Dunze at number 14. That pick alone is gonna get us absolutely destroyed again. Once again,
I think he
we're
should
gonna
have
be in
went
for it.
12 to Denver. I think that's probably where he really lands in the draft.
Realistically, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's right.
Yeah. I agree. Now, hey, look, listen. This was a lot of fun. Okay, we like to have a little bit of fun with this. Do we necessarily think that this is exactly how the draft is going to go? Absolutely not. But we like to mix things up a little bit. We wanted to have a little bit of fun, and that's exactly what I did. I absolutely loved this episode, gentlemen, and I cannot wait for next Thursday.
It's gonna be
Dude, it's gonna be
a blast.
It's going to be fantastic, and I can't wait for all the chaos to ensue and watch the Cardinals trade away their pick. Or, pull a Bill Belichick, and the Patriots are like, I'll go for a second rounder.
Yeah, right. Nah, just, you know what? Just take what you want. Here,
Right.
Open the pantry. Free. Go for it.
Let's do an over-under on mock drafts that are done online. I'm gonna say about 150,000 that are done, every day.
Oh, especially this time of year. Yeah, I think once you get past the combine and you start getting closer to the draft, yeah, I would say. I mean, dude, I probably do like 10 a day. I mean, now granted, it's not with every team; it's usually with just the Bucks. But I mean, yeah, 150,000. I would say that that's probably respectable. I would be even surprised if it was more. I'm gonna go over. I'm gonna say over.
Could definitely
150,000. I mean, I would be really hard to see about 200,000. I would say 175 would probably be the top end of that, and maybe I'm just skeptical. But I think the amount of drafts, the amount of simulations is kind of unknown because the analysts and all that they do and hyper-analyze or they just throw chaos into the mix, right? There's always the human element to the draft, and I think that's why we love it, and that's why the viewership is just so much gold, right? You got these teams that are like, well, we need a quarterback, but we really, really need this defense. And the next thing you know, they're like, we want an offensive tackle. And their entire fan base is like, what's going on? And it's just awesomeness, man. That's what it's going to be. It's going to be chaos. It's going to be great. Grab a beer, grab some friends, grab some popcorn, whatever you want to do. The draft is here to please.
Yes. The only thing that is consistent about the NFL draft is the boos that are given to Roger Goodell every single pick. And that's what I'm really here for.
And he deserves it.
So, but listen, let us know for your team. Do you love the pick? Do you hate the pick? Who would you have picked? Right? What surprise? What person do you? What player do you see falling in the draft? What person do you see getting drafted way too early, like a Jonathan Brooks? Who knows? I don't know. So but we want to hear from you guys. Go ahead and leave those comments down there below. Love or hate, whatever you guys want to do. We just appreciate y'all listening. We appreciate y'all support. Continue to share this with your family and friends. Go ahead and hit that like button. Go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Make sure the notification bell is turned on. So then that way you get all of our new episodes every single week, every Wednesday and Friday at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. We will be bringing you the Beardzone Podcast and be telling you of all the craziness that our brains decide to, create that day. So, but I've had a lot of fun this draft. I know it's a little bit longer of an episode, but it was a lot of fun, and I really appreciate you guys. But Scooter, Carlos, on that note, you have anything?
It's more days.
Oh, let's go.
I know, right? Yeah, but hit us up on our socials, right? Email us at the Beardzone Podcast at gmail.com, on Twitter at Beardzone Pod, Instagram is the Beardzone Football Podcast, and on Facebook we are the Beardzone Podcast. If you want to use a shout out, it's hashtag Beardzone Pod. And outside of that, y'all, we appreciate y'all listening.
It's
If
right
you've
up
gotten
there
this
in that.
far.
I don't know whichever side it will be on, but it will be right up there. The hashtag will be in one of the corners. You just got to pick one. So, but it will be right up there. But definitely use that, because then that gets us, seeing what you guys say about it. But follow us on all of those socials, just like Scooter said. And on that note, we'll see y'all next week live on YouTube next week.